What's going on, guys? How you doing? We are on part 2, Boys in Brazil. If you're new here, please subscribe. Check out my videos, all kinds of videos, reaction videos, basic videos, music videos. Check it out. I do donation requests, so if there's something you want me to listen to, watch, talk about, hit me direct. All that info is in the description below. Thank you. All right, part 2. Bam.
Getting us had started talking about doing an acoustic version of Resist, but they were still a bit dodgy about partly the stereotype of doing the unplugged part of the set, that we've always avoided doing the predictable thing. But I noticed that they would ask me to come in a bit later while they worked on it, and then one day I remember Alex coming out, "It's going to work, it's going to be so great." I was crying, I had tears in my eyes. And then from then on, actually during the tour, you would often see him at the end of that number, you know, mock wiping away tears. And they said at the time, "If you want to play something acoustic, play some congas or something." And I said, "No, that's okay," because it came in the set right after my solo.
Yeah.
So after that workout, I was quite happy just to sit down in the dark and let them play for a little while by themselves. There are songs that come to mean different things to us emotionally, and for instance, I can never play The Pass without being moved emotionally for what that song says, not only explicitly lyrically, but what it conveys musically to me. It's one of our better crafted ones in terms of the expression of emotion and the expression of restraint, and there's a certain worldly compassion about that. The soundcheck for us over the years has always been kind of a sacred time of day, and even if we were playing 2 nights in the same building, we'd do a soundcheck on the second day and at least run through things that was a kind of a warm-up. And a lot of times we'd be going into a jam session at the beginning that we would record and save at the end and mine for good ideas, and a lot of time get great song ideas from. Other times it can be an opportunity for Alex to do a monologue that we'll be playing something and he'll step up to the vocal mic and in his inimitable style he'll deliver a little story about somebody on the crew or some flight of insanity, that only Lurks could do.
The nature of Rush has always been musicianship first. Just has. We always tried to be the best musicians we could, and we tried to challenge each other. And I don't think that's really changed. I mean, a lot has changed. Obviously, we've become much better songwriters and song arrangers and producers, and all those things have taken a more and more important role through the years. So that shows your growth and you're expanding, but at the core of it, we're players, we love to play, and we love to play well. I expect myself to play well, and I expect myself to play better, and to do something better than I did last time. And that is a natural part of Rush. It's a natural thing that Alex, Neil, and I share. We want to do things better. That's what drives us. That's always what's driven us.
Today there was a big rainstorm. And stuff got broken and wet. And then our great, excellent, most excellent crew fixed everything, including the rain. They got it to stop raining. So those guys are the best.
How's your hand?
It's a bit sluggish, but it's a lot better than it was. But it's definitely not healed yet.
Did you find out what was the problem?
Yeah, I have 2 stretched ligaments on either side of this finger's knuckle, and they're way stretched and way swollen. And they're making mobility, and they're taking the strength and mobility away from this finger, which is my main noisy bastard.
Yeah, he's moving his hand a lot. lot just to do that. It's less effort if you just keep your hands still.
I'm so happy for these fans. We waited so long. Just want to give them the best show we can give them. I just want to send them home happy after all this time. I mean, look, they come out so early. They wait 3 hours, and they're screaming already.
This perfect city has lost most of its magical South American atmosphere. And that's Florianopolis. That's one they told us that was a good place to go.
Yeah, that sounds beautiful.
On the island. Salvador's got all that stuff. Wow. Yeah, this is all Salvador.
Soccer.
For me, I like to warm up for a half hour or so before the show. Yeah, I find even 10 minutes is beneficial, just to get the fingers moving. I've had some problems with my hands with psoriasis, and they get a little swollen, so I need to do that warm up just to clear it out a little bit. And I think you just continue watching the
Watching baseball, that loosens me up. The baseball is good. It gets my hands ready and it gets my mind right, and so that's my warm-up. And then, of course, I have to put on my clothes, which is strenuous.
Very difficult. Picking
Change my shoes. Well, yeah, changing my shoes is really important. Neil warms up for about 20 minutes, really, you know, a real serious.
Yeah, all out.
He does an all-out, 20-minute drum solo kind of thing, just to make sure that he's loose. Oh, and soup.
Oh,
we have soup every day.
Usually before sound check.
Yeah,
we'll have
before
soup.
sound check, we have to come in and have soup, and that is really important. And we talk, and sometimes we don't talk,
but we still have soup.
Yeah, we still have soup, and we have that. Sometimes we could talk or not talk for hours.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid. Okay, buddy.
And sometimes we have soup after we have soup, so we'll have 2 soups.
Yeah.
Every day I have the soup. I don't think we could have got through that tour without the soup.
Which came first, this or Best in Show? I don't remember when Best in Show came out. It's a movie I actually have seen. Rare, I know.
Thinking about this foreign country, never been to before, on the other side of the world. The fact that we have this opportunity to play
I can't tell if like the audience is there when they're sitting back there, or if they're like piping in
the wrapping up of the tour,
just the audio of it,
the work that went into the album that preceded the tour, time off that we had for 5 years, both good and bad, where we were at on the previous tour, like all those things were going through my head.
Try.
Yeah.
Here.
All right.
Okay, you put your foot down. Here, put your foot down.
I'm ready for surgery.
Chegando no palco já aí, pô.
The new stuff from Vapor Trails, I think, was really the most exciting stuff to play. And it's always like that, you know. The newer material is always more enjoyable to play. Earthshine was a great song to play. It's nice and heavy. And you know, the old standards like Tom Sawyer and Limelight, you know, they're always a lot of fun for me to play. Vitor, we probably stopped playing around 78, I would guess. 77, 78, something like that. I wanted to play that for a long time. You know, it was always a favorite. I think it's a really good representative song of Rush in the early days.
Yeah.
So I was really pleased that we were, you know, resurrecting it for this tour.
Yeah.
The video stuff that was done for it, the animated battle between Vitor and the Snow Dog, was quite humorous. You know, and you could playing the song and you can see people laughing in the audience, and that's so great to see. You wouldn't think that you'd want people laughing in your audience, but definitely it's you know, it's I want it to be fun going to a Rush show.
So they're off. Escorted off.
Can I take a picture? Okay, very cool. Too bad. Posiciona aí. Sure. Sure. Okay, thanks everybody. See you later. Well, you have to police, huh? When the hoax of Russian Brazil came onto us, the Brazilian fans fastly tried to gather on the purpose of meeting them. All music is perfect from Rush.
The lyrics inspire me in so many ways that I...
Oppression and such stuff, huh?
Yes, it's everything. Rush is everything. Which shows are you going to?
Rio and São Paulo. Yes. If I had my money, I would go to Porto Alegre too. A modern day warrior, mean pride. Today's sun's fire, mean pride.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, I mean, yeah, touring is a big operation, especially like this. And especially in a country that you don't speak the language, you know, like the culture, all that, all of it, you know. It's not just like Canada to America, where even that has its differences. So very cool. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, some of those clips, I'm just wondering if they just had like where, especially specifically where they're sitting in the stadium, right up in the stadium just by themselves, but you're just hearing the audience. You're like, is the audience there? Like, are there a ton of people there and they're just like going nuts, even though there's still probably hours to go before the show hits? Because, I mean, clearly the sun's still out, all that kind of thing. Or is the audio just being pumped in to the video, right? Or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, very cool. All right, we got part 3 coming up next. I'll catch you then. Oh, it's a good idea to bring Biter back, for sure. I mean, come on. Yeah, it is for sure. I'm sure it was Geddy's idea to say, no, we're not bringing Biter back. And of course it was Alex's idea to bring it back. Yo, come on. Because he knows that, you know. Anyways, I'm just messing around. I like that one, though. Yeah, for sure. That was a great one to bring back. All right. I'll catch you in the next part 3.